17 in New York City, and it's great to have the whole gang here with us again this week. Booger McFarland, our Hall of Famers, Steve Young, Randy Moss, Adam Schefter, I'm Susie Kolber. So guys, how about we start with the shocking result in Tampa Bay last night. In a battle for NFC South supremacy, the Saints steamrolled the Bucs. Drew Brees, armed with his full complement of weapons, ran off 38 straight points against what was the NFL's third-ranked defense. Meantime, the Saints defense confounded Tom Brady to the tune of no touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and 3 sacks.
You know, you definitely, when things don't go your way, you know, sometimes they keep going that way, and you got to figure out how to stop it and then turn it around. And we had our opportunities and we just didn't do it. So we got to learn from it, and, you know, hopefully we can learn from it and be better next week. So
Mike was open a bunch in that ball game. He didn't get targeted. That's all. He was open. Mike was open.
Shots being fired. Steve, he's calling out the GOAT.
Susie, it seems like the shots are being fired, but to me, that's planned. After week 2, it felt planned when he had to screw up in the Saints game back then. If Bruce Arians goes after Tom Brady, it's because Tom Brady and Bruce Arians have talked about it and said, look, I want to be held accountable. Because one thing about Tom, he's a genius at collecting the guys around him to play hard for him, even though he's multi-billionaire, married to Giselle, he's got all this stuff going on in his life, but he still gets the rookie lineman to go after him because he's ultimately accountable. He tells them that. And by Bruce Arians going after him, and then Tom going, you're right, I got to play better, it sets that tone of accountability so the whole team goes, well, it's not just Tom's fault. It's my fault too. And then you get 50 guys accountable. Tom knows what happens when you get 50 guys accountable. You play pretty good football. So that whole thing with Bruce Arians going after him, I think is part of the plan.
Well, but besides that, let's get to the heart, though, of what really is the problem. Did we see this coming last week? They didn't score in the first half against the Giants for the first time all season. Are you seeing an actual problem with the offense?
I have been seeing an actual problem, and let me take you through the 6 games that they have won. The offense have been playing outstanding. Tom has been throwing the ball everywhere. But, Susie, the 3 losses they have, 1 to the Bears, 2 to the New Orleans Saints, 4 sacks for that offense in their 6 wins, 9 sacks in their 3 losses. So when you look at the quarterback play for the Tampa Bay Bucs, one thing that I'll say that I'm not used to seeing Tom do in that pocket is standing in one spot holding on to that ball. I like to see Tom move around in the pocket, slide to the left and right, and Bruce Arians did have a point. Mike Evans is our go-to guy in critical situations until AB gets a little football up under. Throw him the ball. So the frustration offensively from Bruce Arians in that offense, the frustration up front is collectively, like you said, it's collectively together. They all failed last night in New Orleans, but the offensive line play has to get better in critical games like that.
You know, you talk about it being planned. I talk about it being reality. The reality of it is Tom Brady didn't play well. Yeah. And it bothers me a little bit when we're in 2020 and a guy's making $25 million a year, and when his boss, the head coach, says he didn't play well, it's calling him out. No, it's reality. It's true. He didn't play well.
I think it works.
Now, one of the reasons he didn't is because of what your point. The offensive line wasn't very good last night. And anytime, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Tom Brady. I don't care if you're Steve Young. I don't care if you're Joe Montana. If the offensive line doesn't play well, the quarterback is not going to play well. I don't care who you are. The kryptonite to Patrick Mahomes. He needs blocking.
Everybody
needs blocking. So
especially 43-year-olds.
Correct. So when Bruce Arians says Tom Brady didn't play well, I don't look at that as shots fired. It's reality. Even the greatest quarterback of all time can be called out by his head coach.
You're telling me the offensive line didn't play well. You're telling me Tom Brady didn't play well. Let me give you a general rule. When you run the football, an NFL record 5 times in a game, the offensive line is not going to look good. The quarterback is not going to look good. Your team is going to get hammered and embarrassed the way the Buccaneers did, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
They fell behind. They couldn't catch up. They abandoned the run. They started throwing the football. The Saints apply pressure. This is very simple. If you hand off the football 5 times in a game, you're going to lose 100 times out of 100.
And when you have a quarterback that's under duress, would you say there's 19?
There was 19 pressures that the Saints put on Tampa Bay's offense. How would you feel, Steve, as a quarterback, 19 pressures?
At 43 years old, Tom can go run the 40, and it looks similar to what he did when he's 23, to be honest with you. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but it doesn't look that different. When he throws the ball, it kind of looks the same. But when you're under duress at 43, that's when that shows up. He can't. No one at 43 can handle all of that pressure, let alone at 33 or 23. And so you want to see the kryptonite for the Bucs. It's that duress for Tom Brady.
And Randy makes the point about, we always think of Tom Brady as just that beautiful movement in the pocket. And if you're not seeing
he needs
that,
a clean pocket, Susie.
Then that's a big difference. But we can't put all of this on the offense. Did the offense give up all those points?
No, they
to
did
the
not.
Saints? I thought this defense was really good.
Well, the defense generally is really good because they play to their strengths. They can pressure you with pressure packages from Todd Bowles. What they're not good at, Susie, is playing zone coverage. And for whatever reason, the Bucs came out last night and said, you know what we want to do? We want to take the most accurate quarterback in NFL history with no pass rush and play zone, and Drew Brees will kill you. Here they are in zone coverage. They're going to fake the little bubble screen. Because the Bucs are in zone, everybody has their eyes on Drew Brees. Look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneer defenders. They're manipulated. And Traquan Smith is wide open in the corner of the end zone. That's because Drew Brees sees zone coverage, and with his eyes, he moved everyone. Talk about no pass rush. They came into this game second behind the Steelers in sacks. No pass rush here. Drew Brees can look one way. He can pat it. My old D-line coach said anytime the quarterback pats it, it's not on the coverage, it's on the rush. That's on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive pass rush. And you talk about a double move. Watch the tight end. He's going to move the safety. Drew Brees, look at his eyes. Move the safety to the left. Now you got the tight end running a little stick, little nod. And because that safety was moved by Drew Brees' eyes and the lack of pass rush, he can go left, come all the way back right. So when we look at the Buccaneers last night, it was a total failure offensively. But let's not leave Todd Bowles out
defensively. But why did Todd play zone?
Todd Bowles, because anytime you play the Saints, in my opinion, I hadn't talked to Todd. I got a feeling Todd didn't want to show Drew the same thing they showed him in week one. Okay, we came after him a little bit. Let's show them something different. And the Saints came out and said, we expected man. When we got zone, we were like, Drew Brees had to be like man.
And it had to be because they hadn't been as explosive, right? They had not, those 20-plus yard plays had not been there.
Exactly.
Let's just zone them up and see how it goes. Not so good.
Because I don't care who you are. If you don't have any pass rush, every zone has holes in it. You have to have pass rush to go with zone coverage to make it effective.
Especially for veteran quarterbacks.
Exactly. And the Bucs don't have great individual.
I love 22 eyes on me. Like just stare me down because there's all kinds of openings everywhere.
Correct. And they don't have great individual one-on-one rushers. And so they need to bring pressure off blitz packages and from Todd Bowles being creative. And last night they weren't.
So just to remind everyone that Brady, Arians, they all said work in progress.
Yeah, it's not the end for the Bucs. No, this is not the end for the Bucs.
The beginning of the process.
Yeah, it is.
Just relax. We'll talk about the Saints later. They've won 5 straight. Still to come on Monday Night Countdown, the Steelers and Chiefs look like the AFC's best. But how concerned should we be about the Steelers' disappointing performance in Big D? And we crack open Boomer's vault to see the best of the best from Week 9. Could a defensive play be #1 in back-to-back weeks? Stay tuned. Plus, it's been a tough season for the winless Jets. We need the wise words of JB Smoove, confident the Gang Green can navigate their way to victory.
Do I gotta do a guarantee? Like Joe did? Don't make me guarantee tonight.
But Cam Newton's not going to want to make that easy. He wants to get these Patriots back on track. Filling in for Tom Brady, his teammates say he has been unfazed. Tonight we'll watch him on Monday Night Football under those bright lights.
Go, 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 Jets!
Hammered to the turf by Mark Gastineau.
Broadway Joe Namath at his best under bright light.
New York Jets are the world champions.
The New England Patriots.
Their 6th Super Bowl title.
It says here that New England's pretty good. Any questions?
That's a man right there, boy.
Got it. Down, Patriots!